butt plugs and that. I mean, what I'm saying is...
What, you can't just say butt plugs and that.
I'm just saying that I reckon they'd be up for it.
What do you know about butt plugs?
Well,
like a haven.
Well, it's not a haven, is it? They've got a bullet in the head. I could eat a knob at night, but...
Just cut that there.
Hello, what's the crack? What's the story? Welcome back to the channel. We're back with another Ricky Gervais show. Season 1, episode 2. Episode 1 was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing. I absolutely loved it. I couldn't wait to check out episode 2. Let's go.
For the past few years, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Carl Pilkington have been meeting regularly for a series of pointless conversations. This is one of them.
Testing. Is that all right?
Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And the little round-headed buffoon that is Carl Pilkington.
All right.
Rick, you'll be pleased to know we've already had some responses, and Simon and Mark have already emailed us in this link to something that was on the BBC News website. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but it's a remarkable story. Lion mutilates 42 midgets in Cambodian ring fight. That's just the headline.
That's a hell of a headline. That makes me want to know more about the story.
Well, that's what
a headline should do.
Spectators cheered as entire Cambodian midget fighting league squared off against African lion. Tickets had been sold out 3 weeks before the much-anticipated fight. The fight was organised when an angry fan contested Yang Shamoni, president of the CMFL, claiming that one lion could defeat his entire league of 42 fighters. Well, the fight was ended, Rick, after only 12 minutes, after which 28 of the midget fighters were declared dead.
Right.
While the other 14 suffered severe injuries, including broken bones, lost limbs, and they were basically unable to fight.
But the lion wasn't hurt?
It would have seemed that the lion was okay.
Oh, good. Well, that's amazing.
Carl, what are your thoughts instantly? I mean, you're bound to have a take on that.
See, what's annoying me is I've sent money to Cambodia because apparently they're hungry and haven't got any energy. So what's going on?
Well, it's much easier to fill up a midget than it is a regular cabbage.
Do you know how funny that is? It's Carl. Just when he opens his mouth, it's just next level. This is gonna be so good.
So what's going on?
Well, it's much easier to fill up a midget than it is a regular Cambodian. You know, they're
I just
happy
feel
on
like
a Mars bar.
I'm being cheated a bit.
You were conned before with a charity, weren't you?
Well, a few times, yeah.
What about the old lady? What was that?
I got stopped, and it's like they sort of drag you in by saying, "Have you got a gran?" And I said, "No, they died," and that. It's like, "Oh, did they die of the cold?" "No, she's, ill, what have you, just old age." He said, "Well, what happens with a lot of people's grans is they die in the cold, right?" So I was like, "Oh, that's bad, isn't it?" Anyway, so she's chatting, and she's showing me pictures of these old women who look cold, right? Saying, "Look at her, that's Edna. She's got no family, she can't pay the bills and all that."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh, yeah." Anyway, it goes on for about 15 minutes, and you feel bad. You give them your bank details, right? And what happens is, every couple of months, you get a letter from Edna. Well, it's not from her, it's typed up and what have you. But there's a picture of Edna, right? And it's saying, "Oh, this December, Edna's going to be extra cold. It's cold outside, she can't afford to pay the heat." Yeah. Keep going, right? So you keep paying every month like £5, whatever. Get another letter a few months later, right? Edna's sat there, she's got a tan.
What do you mean she's got a tan?
Well, when they said, she's cold, I thought they meant for the heating, not to send her on holiday for a month. She sat there with a tan. I'm not joking.
Are you sure it wasn't just a slight problem in the printing?
No, definitely.
Sure, it wasn't
looked well happy.
Sure, it wasn't liver failure.
You see, when does it become bad to avoid people like that? Do you know what I mean? Because some people say you shouldn't. That they're people like us who just had a bit of bad luck.
Well, of course they are.
Yeah, I know, but I remember one on our estate, right? And she was a bit. What's the word that you can use? Because I don't want to offend anyone. But I'd say but sort of mental homeless. Is that a term?
That's the official term.
I think that is the
new official term. It's mental homeless-itis.
Right. So she lived on the estate and what have you, and she aged.
How was she homeless if she lived on the estate?
Well, she sort of decided to stay around there because I think people on the estate spoke to her more than people who had money. So this mental homeless woman on the estate, and what she used to do, right? She acted quite normal, and she used to always push like a pram around with her, right? Everyone was like, "She can't have a kid, can she?" Right? And she was dead happy every day. She was up and down, walking up and down the road. Anyway, one day she sort of walked past, right? turned round and looked in the pram. There's a bucket with a face on it.
Rick, we've had an email here from a bloke. I think you're going to respect him, because I think you can tell straight away from his name that he's the kind of guy you'd want to hang out with.
Go on.
I know how much you love fun people.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, and he's calling himself this, Paul the Party Animal Parker.
Okay.
He's emailed in. He's given himself that moniker.
Right, I assume they're in sort of like quote marks, are
They're
they?
in speech marks, yeah. Paul
Brilliant.
Party Animal Parker.
And he's calling himself that.
Yeah.
That I can't wait.
So when you picture him, what are you thinking?
Millhouse. I think he looks like Millhouse from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
He's
He's working in sort of an IT department, maybe?
Yeah,
for a large
possibly.
organisation?
I think he might still be at school.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And this is the vital question. Do you believe him to be a party animal?
I believe him to be a party animal is as much as a man with a long scarf that his mum knitted him to look like Doctor Who can be a party animal, yes.
Do you think that when people are organising parties at his school, they're thinking the first person they got to get on the list and make sure he's guaranteed as
You've got to take Paul the party animal. Because I bet he's got millions.
Yeah, do you know what? Why I really love this show is the fact that they make all these little scenarios become big. Like, that shouldn't be a conversation. Like, the way, like, how is that something I can laugh to? How? It's just genius the way they go on about it. Now I can't wait for Carl Pilkington, to have a little word about this. He's going to say something stupid. Watch this. I know that for a fact.
Of affectations. I bet he wants to be known as the one that carries around a biscuit tin.
Yeah.
He's got the scarf.
He's the guy who only ever wears bowling shoes. It's his thing. It's his thing. He's a little bit kooky, it's his thing. And it is fairly interesting what he sent in. He's found this on the web. A Serbian man who has invented a sex machine for women. And he's appealing to Western women to test his device. It runs on a 390-volt electric engine, simulates sex, and has a 7.5-inch artificial penis. As soon as I read this, I was thinking, it's just imagining there going, oh, thanks for coming in, yeah, okay. So what's going to happen is there's a penis that's going to pop out from here, and it's going to have sex with you. I'm going to stand behind the machine. I've got to stand behind here. There's a lot of dials and stuff. I don't want to bore you with.
Well, why do you have to stand behind it?
I can't. It's technical stuff, but I got to be behind the machine.
But there's no penis on the robot at the moment. It's just a hole.
Don't worry. What will happen is I'll switch the machine on. I'll go behind, and then a penis will appear.
Will it be like a metal-looking penis?
It will be a robotic penis, but it will seem like it's a regular fleshy human penis.
So you've made this sort of like robotic penis look really realistic.
It's really realistic. You will not be able to tell the difference between, say, the robot one and mine, for instance.
I don't want to see yours.
No, there's absolutely not.
I'm not come around here to have sex with a person.
I know, you come around to test the machine.
Yeah,
that's exactly what you're going to get.
Okay,
a piece of mechanical action.
To a lot of people, sex is important, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Not to you?
Well, it serves a purpose.
What purpose?
No.
Because you don't want to have kids, so what purpose?
Just
Something to do in the
something
evenings
to do, innit?
when the telly's broke.
But for years, like they've found stuff, haven't they? Machines from like Roman times that similar to that setup.
No machines in Roman times.
Like that though, the old sort of knob on a stick machine thing.
What?
The old Roman plastic. I'm sorry, but I watch Time Team every week, and Tony Robinson has never done that. An old knob on a stick machine.
I just think of Julius Caesar sitting down and go, okay, aqueduct, we love that. Thanks for that. Straight roads, good idea. We can see the enemy coming. What have you got there?
Well, I'm glad you've asked.
Ploncticus. What have you got there? Wanklicus.
What I've got here is a Yodi knob, and I've put that on the end of a stick.
Oh, a stick as phallus. Okay, well done, Wanklicus.
No.
Well done. You are my new right-hand man, as they say.
No,
excellent.
But they do stuff like that. You've been in the London Museum and that, and they've got sort of sex stuff from years ago. They've got like these metal pants that they used to wear.
I don't know what that is.
Metal pants.
Yeah, sort of.
Is
metal.
that a chastity belt? You mean? They used to make women wear them so that they could.
No, but they had them for blokes as well, though.
Metal pants for blokes.
Yeah,
Why?
I just think they sort of like sexy metal pants.
I don't know what you mean.
What
with
are you
sexy
talking
metal
about?
pants.
Well, they'll have to look because I haven't got it in front of me. It's just something I remember seeing, some sort of sexy metal pants that they used to wear.
But what are you saying? Sexy metal
Come on,
pants?
that was not British Museum. That was Soho.
No, what I mean.
That was Old Compton Street. You were looking
They
in the
always
shop
had to
window.
be ready for like battle and that, but these were a little bit sexy but protective at the same time.
I love that. So, Lancelot, are you ready to face the Black Knight? Yeah, what do you think of these? Huh?
I just want to look good on the battlefield. Will there be women watching, cheering us on?
Well, you're not going to fight like that, are you? What about with your
I'm going to wear nothing except these sexy metal pants.
But what about your chest is exposed?
No, well, it's a good chest. I've been working out.
Yeah, I know. But what I mean is, you want metal.
I've actually been lifting up the round table every week. I just work out, do that about 4 times a day.
But that machine, right? Why did it have to be a woman, or could they have got a little gay fella in?
I don't know.
Let me just check. It doesn't actually specify the small print here.
I love that. Why do you want to see a little gay fella be?
I don't want to see it. I'm just saying they're sort of more.
Carl, why do you want?
I don't want to see it.
Why do you want to watch a gay man get buggered by a robot?
I wasn't the one typing in gay machines on the internet, finding stuff out about them.
It's not a gay
Steve was.
machine. You just made it into a gay machine.
Yeah, he wanted to pleasure women with this machine. You're saying, can I see a little gay fella get a robotic cock up his arse? You're the one requesting that, Carl
I don't want
Pilkington.
that. I'm just saying that.
You're the one that want to see gay men with metal stuff up their anus.
What I'm saying is they're more up for a bit more experimentation than.
What are you saying? Why is that the case?
Why? Why'd you say that?
No, just they just butt plugs and that. I mean, what I'm saying is...
What, you can't just say butt plugs and that.
I'm just saying that I reckon they'd be up for it.
What do you know about butt plugs?
Well, I don't know anything about them. I just remember seeing an advert for some once in a sex shop.
What are you doing?
No, I wasn't. I was just walking past. I was walking past the sex shop and that. And
Your eyes
sort of looking.
Why were you walking past a sex shop?
Just because I was on the way to work and that, I passed one, and there was a little sort of... One, it was open early, which I never understood. Right, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning. Right, and
Who's rushing out for butt plugs that early in the
who
morning,
needs them now? Right, but I
must get a bagel and some pop.
Yo, that line, who needs them now? Like, who says that? Who needs them now? It just gets worse and worse and worse. It gets a story. And then, obviously, Ricky just pushes him. Then Stephen... It just get... What a guy. I would love to be in the same room as him. Just hear him talk. Just don't. I'll just keep quiet. Just watch him talk. What a guy. It makes me... I don't know. For me, it's little things like this that makes me happy. I could watch this all day. I'm so glad I get to watch all of this. I think you guys said it's about 3 seasons, I think. I'm only episode 2. Oh, God. Whoo! Can't wait. Let's go.
It's on the way to work.
I walked past it and it had like a little post-it note or postcard type thing, and it was like, pop in now, buy an item, chuck in some free butt plugs. And I didn't know what they for. I'd never heard of them before. But all I'm saying is I've since found out what they do with them.
What
and
do
if
they
they do that with them, then give them a go on that.
Another email here. It's an interesting fact. I'm hoping it's true. America's first nudist organisation apparently was founded in 1929 by 3 men. Now, what intrigued me when I read that is the fact that it's clearly 3 blokes just trying to meet some nude women.
They're all 52, balding.
Exactly.
With little, those gold-rimmed glasses.
Yeah. And they're just wandering around, and it's all quite saggy down there, and they're just knocking on doors saying, we've just set up an organisation. It's perfectly above board, completely legitimate. It's a nudist organisation.
Do you know, that's something that's always amused me. Let me know. Have you ever been to any nudist beach or something like that? It's something that even if I was to go there and everyone's naked, it just feels so weird. But also as human beings, we tend to evolve. I'm guessing the next 20, 50 years it'll be something that's been normal. But let me know. What's your experience? Have you ever been there or you know someone that's been there? What is it like? Like, is everyone, edgy? Maybe confused. I'd love to see what Carl Pilkington will have to say about this. He has something good to say.
You got any women in there that want to come and join us? Because we haven't got any female members at the moment. Got any women in there interested in, volleyball or trampoline?
I can't be doing with it, me.
You hate nudists, don't you?
Nudists. I don't understand what it's all about at the end of the day. And here's something, right? Do you know, like, when you're a bloke nudist, right? Do you ever get any who just have, like, a small knob?
I don't know. I don't understand the question.
What's that? What's your point?
Well, are there any blokes who are knocking about who just have a normal-sized knob, or maybe a bit smaller than normal, who are happy wandering about showing off what they haven't got, if you know what I mean?
I don't think nudists are just doing it because they're so proud of their knob.
No, but there's got to be a little bit of that in it, isn't there? just saying, most blokes who, nudists, they must be pretty confident in themselves to, I looked once.
What? Where are you
Because
going
it's
with
natural.
this?
It's natural, that's what I'm saying.
What do you mean? This
As a
is
bloke-
Carl takes a sneaky look at
No.
menscocks.com.
No, what I'm saying is, it's natural.
Where was this happening? You were in a gym.
No.
A lot of guys are getting changed, and you were just checking out their tops.
You're at your bedroom window with a pair of binoculars,
No.
and there was a little fella across the road getting changed.
I was at some night out once.
Go
right?
on.
So you were at heaven, and you were in the
It
toilet.
was some night out, and some people come running on the stage, right? Some music started coming on, and these 4 people ran out. It was 2 women.
So
2
you were at a gay
blokes.
strip club.
It wasn't gay in that. It was just a normal night out. Well, some sort of party night out.
Right.
These people come running on, right? You got 2 women, you got 2 blokes.
Right.
They whip the knickers off. The fellas whip their undies off.
At the same time?
Yeah, all at the same time.
Was it like
that,
a choreographed thing?
So that happened, and all I'm saying is, right, before I had a look at the woman's bits, right, I just had a little cheeky glance at the fellas.
Why?
Just checking it out, just seeing is everything normal down
Why
there.
weren't your eyes drawn instantly to the ladies' bits?
No, don't believe me. I had a look at that. All I'm saying.
But you went to the guys first.
I didn't know how long pants were going to be left off for.
So you didn't want to miss your opportunity, is what you're saying? You saw a window of opportunity to see some men's bits, and you thought, I better take it.
No,
because this may never happen again.
No.
So what happened? So there's
had a
2
look.
women, 2 men, right? I don't know what sort of event this is where you're looking at anyone get their knickers and pants off. I don't know why you're looking at all.
Good night,
So you go right. There's knickers and pants off. Right. Let's check out the knob and testicles first.
You're telling me you've never, like, when you've been in a gym or anything, you've not just sort of turned your head, had a look, and
Yeah.
go, all right. Yeah.
To be fair, I think men tend to do that. Yeah, it's just, for me, it's normal. If I'm in a changing room with lads and all that, you kind of mistakenly look around. It's not a big deal. I agree with Carl. Don't pick on him. It's right. We as men tend to do it. Every guy that's watching this, you've kind of glanced when you've done it. It's normal, I think.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
So let's just get this question right. Have we ever been in a gym and just taken a sneaky glance at a man's genitals? Is that your question to us?
Right, for me, it's the same as when you see someone who's a bit odd, 2 heads or whatever.
Well, I'll be honest. If I was in a gym and a bloke came in with 2 heads, I'd look. I'd get a sneaky glance in the mirror. I'd go.
Sorry, but you'd look at his genitals or his 2 heads?
It's 2 heads.
Or would you sneaky look at the heads and then think, I wonder if he's got 2 cocks? Just,
Look, there. If I'll tell you what, and now I admit it, if I'm ever in a gym and a naked man with 2 heads walks in, I probably will check out the genitals as well, just to make sure that he's got 2 of everything.
Can I tell you the thing that always freaks me out? I do sometimes go to the gym, and I live in North London, and the thing that always freaks me out is if there's an elderly man, often quite short. I'm always freaked out because there's at least 2 I'm aware of who've got very, very large penises. And I always find that really disturbing because sometimes you can't help but notice because it's like Godzilla coming through the change room. Do you know what I mean? So
there you
that
go.
I do admit that's the only instance where my eye has been naturally drawn to it.
Do you know what annoys me in gyms? Where people walk round happily naked all the time whistling. They get weighed naked, pop a towel on and take off 3 ounces.
How exact have those measurements got to be?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Pop a towel on. I mean, unless you're going on the space shuttle, I reckon you could give or take a couple of
Ounces.
stone. Yeah, a couple
exactly.
of ounces.
Yeah. Absolutely right. Well, we've put that to bed.
Carl, can I ask you a question?
Go on.
I know this is what a lot of the fans are already wondering. Is there going to be some monkey news today?
There's got to be.
Of course there is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Question.
Well, I don't want. I'm worried because maybe this will steal your thunder. But Sarah has emailed this in a chimp mauling under investigation. I know you're concerned because this actually fuses 2 of our greatest features, Monkey News and Knob News, into one seamless whole. Investigators said they are trying to figure out how 2 chimpanzees that viciously attacked a visitor at an animal sanctuary escaped from their cage. This is the grim bit. The chimps chewed off a man's nose and severely mauled his genitals and limbs.
Why did they go for his genitals?
Both of them did as well.
Eh?
Both of them. Did you say 2 chimps?
No, you're right. Yeah, it was chimpanzees too. Yeah, I don't know if
See,
both
which
of them
one did
went.
it?
They just saw that they're dangling away, and they
You
just
go for
went,
the nose?
And
Now,
then
what accent have they got there?
I
those
don't
chimps?
know.
Were they kind of New York gangster chimps? They're like soprano chimps.
What happened to him anyway?
Well, unfortunately, they were shot dead by the authorities.
You see, that annoys me a bit.
I know, well, again,
What are you talking about? They're attacking people's gonads.
I know, but they were happy in an African jungle a couple of years ago.
That's what they do, isn't it?
That is what they do.
But why aren't they just sort of tranquilised? Where was
Why
this?
have
Was
I
this
been
in the
accused
zoo?
like it was my fault? Just because I happen to be reading Sarah, who emailed it in, someone who should be getting a
It
bollocking.
just annoys me how one way it's kind of like, you know, we're trying to save the pandas, and then the next day someone's shooting them or whatever. I've talked about this before about St. George killed the last dragon, right?
No, it didn't exist.
It's the same thing though.
No, there's never been any dragons.
What?
It's a mythical creature.
Well, you don't
By
know
mythical,
that.
it means we made this up, like the unicorn.
Well,
I don't even understand. What was your point about the dragon? What's that got to do with
because
this?
I'm saying how, like, why is it all right to be going around, going mental with a gun, shooting all the monkeys and killing them? Because one day we're going to run out.
This was an animal sanctuary, though. So presumably they had quite a cushy time there, because most of the ones I've visited, they've always got it easy. They're hanging
you
around
don't-
on tyres, they got comfy chairs, they're wanking. They're going berserk, they're loving it.
But hang on a minute, you've just answered your own question there. You said they're in a sanctuary, so they haven't had a good upbringing. So they're going to be a bit more, like, madder than other monkeys, aren't they? Because that's where the ill ones go, innit? Isn't it?
Sorry, what do you understand by sanctuary?
Well, I've been to one for seals.
It's not like a borstal.
Yeah, exactly. He thinks it's a borstal. He
It's
thinks
like scum.
No, yeah, like they did some bad stuff in the jungle. So they had a little monkey court, and they went send him to Borstal.
So, well, what is it then?
No, it's a monkey sanctuary where it like a haven.
Well, it's not a haven, is it? They've got a bullet in the head.
Talking of eating knobs, Carol Thatcher, you know, a daughter of one of our leaders.
Sure.
Well, you saw it in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. She popped a couple of bollocks in the mouth, chewed them up, swallowed them.
Oh.
Kangaroo penis there, dried. She couldn't even get. It was so tough she couldn't even get through it. And then she, eventually, she eats
What was
it.
it, like a pepperoni?
Yeah, and she. What do you think of that, Carl?
What, eating that sort of stuff?
Yeah,
I watch it. I like those little trial bits, right?
yeah.
But what I don't think people realise is, right, it is hard eating a little kangaroo knob. Right?
Really? How'd you know?
Oh.
No, it's just, you know, you think about it and you go, oh, I couldn't do that, right? But what they never mention on the TV programme, which I think takes it to the next level, right, they're eating that at like 7:30 in the morning,
Sure. Right.
which
for
is
breakfast.
worse, innit?
How?
Do you know what I mean? If I was there and Ant and Dec said, right, Carl, eat the knob, I'd go, hang on a minute, give us a few hours, let me get some rice and that on my belly, and just sort of fill me up a little bit more. I'll pop back at about 6:30 this evening,
Right.
have it ready. And I'd be happier then. It's just that thing of, you know,
You
you've
just,
been at
don't,
sea-
you don't want to eat. You don't eat animal genitals on an empty stomach.
So what are you saying? You could
I'm saying, like, I could eat a knob at night, but
just cut that there. We'll loop that. If any DJs are listening, just take that quote. I could eat a knob at night by Carl Pilkington. Maybe do a dance remix.
Yeah,
Just
I
that-
think maybe you're sort of a house producer and you could maybe get some kind of high energy beat going, and then we could just send that out to some of the gay clubs. I'm sure
Yeah.
it'd be really popular.
Please, anyone, send us, you know, that looped with a nice little, you know, funky house beat. Carl Pilkington saying, I could eat a knob at night.
Rick, it's that time again. It's what everyone's waiting for. Can you do the jingle for us?
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news. You.
Right, this week the monkey news is about, you know, we all know, like, you know, there's monkeys knocking about that aren't happy in
Right,
this
yeah.
country.
Sure.
aren't they?
Knocking about.
It is a big problem. Yeah, it's an epidemic.
So they've set up like this place
Okay.
where they all go. The ones that aren't happy in a zoo and what have you, it's getting them down.
They can phone a number and they'll come and pick them up.
Pop them in this house place, right? And basically they can run riot in there.
Yeah.
They get freedom to sort of cheer themselves up. There's 3 people running this place, right? So these monkeys, big house and that,
PlayStation, anything they want.
gym, all that lot. swimming.
Jim.
One of them wanted to mess about with the woman's breasts.
Which woman's breast?
The woman who works there,
Right.
right? And she was like, right, pack it in, you know, we've all had a bit of fun. You've been in
Sure.
the gym and everything. She obviously, you know, got a bit excited
He was a bit
and
fired
that.
up,
He was
yeah.
fired up and that, ready for some more action and that. He's trying to have a go on this woman's breast, right? She was like,
Have a
"No."
go.
She was like, no, you're not doing that. Pack it in and all that. The boss who's running the place was like, Come on, let him have a go.
No, right, you're talking shit.
So anyway, right, so he's there. And he's,
So the boss says, yeah, you
the
can have a
monkey's
group.
saying, the boss is saying, let him have a go.
Come on, Rita. If Monkey wants to play with nipples, let him.
So she's like, I'm not happy with this. And he's going, come on, you know the rules here. We've got to cheer these monkeys up.
This is absolute.
We
bollocks.
valued it.
Actually, no. And in the end, because she didn't allow it to happen, the fella bloke sacked her, got someone else in.
I want to see the advert he put in the Guardian media page. I love that. Woman wanted to let chimp feel tits whenever it wants.
Well, it's all up there.
You're talking absolute shit again.
Well, we'll see.
That is no way that happened.
Oh God. Oh, another brilliant episode. Oh my God. That was for about 25 minutes. It doesn't feel like it. It's so good. Like normally I'm not the kind of guy to sit down and listen to a podcast. Unless it's crime. I like crime podcasts. But God, this is so good. And I'm so happy just to be able to do this. I'm telling you guys, just, keep supporting me. Keep subscribing. Keep commenting down below. Keep liking. Check out the Patreon if you want to support the channel. I want to be able to do more Idiot Abroad and more of this. I want to be able to put at least 3-4 episodes in a week. I will try my best to do as much. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.